Things were much better in the good old days, at least that's what those who were around in the good old days have an annoying habit of telling us.
We're yet to be convinced. That's why we've come to the rolling Malvern Hills, the home turf of a British car manufacturing institution.
The Morgan Motor Company have been designing and building cars here for over 100 years. But over that time, they haven't exactly tried to embrace the changing winds of automotive fashion or tried to harness the cutting edge of car building technology.
Morgan cars today look very much like Morgan cars always have. As a result, they're a great way of discovering whether the good old days really were that good.
The problem is, lads, I think we're a bit underdressed. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll be driving the Morgan Plus 8.
I'll be driving the Morgan three-wheeler.
But first, I'll be driving the 3.7 V6 Roadster. Mention Morgan and we tend to picture this, the Morgan Roadster. Morgan have been making cars like this since the 1930s, but looks can be deceiving. There's a modern Ford V6 engine inside that will do 280 brake horsepower. That will get you 0 to 60 in just 5.5 seconds. Everything else feels like a throwback to a bygone age where men were men and lips were stiff. It has 950 kilos of curb weight, and you'd expect it to be more of a handful. Don't get me wrong, it's a very powerful car, but you don't get the shake, rattle and roll that you'd expect from its classic looks.
The Morgan experience doesn't come cheap. The Roadster that Craig's driving costs 45 grand, and the Plus 8 that Steve's in is 85. However, there is a way to enjoy the Morgan experience for the price of a hot hatchback, and it's in one of these, the three-wheeler. It costs 25 grand, and it is absolutely insane. The three-wheeler is actually the first car Morgan built back in 1910, and this is the 21st century version of that car. It's got a 2-litre V-twin motorbike engine that puts out 80 brake horsepower. And you might not think that's very much, but this only weighs 500 kilograms. It really is as much fun as it looks. That thrummy little V-twin engine sounds like a World War I biplane. In the cabin, there are no creature comforts. You've got 2 dials, I don't even know which one is the fuel counter. And you've got a push button start. This is the horn. You can see the front wheels just hopping around in front of you. And there's no point trying to steer around a pothole, because the rear wheel will be straight over it. It feels like driving a chariot.
You get a huge sense of occasion driving any Morgan, but for the ultimate in wow factor, it really helps if there's a V8 under the bonnet. This is the Plus 8. The latest version takes the aluminium chassis from Morgan's Aero 8 supercar and clothes it in the bodywork of the old Plus 8 that Morgan's been building for 50 years. The V8 engine in the nose cranks out 376 horsepower, and in a car weighing just 1,100 kilograms, that spells major league speed. The 0 to 60 miles an hour sprint is all done in 4.5 seconds, and heaven knows what the 155 miles an hour top speed feels like. The exhaust on this car exits just behind your head, about 3 feet away from your eardrums, so the noise it makes is incredible. The exhaust pop and bang and the engine roars, and the whole car, along with the internal organs of anyone near it, vibrates in time with the V8 engine. It's marvellous.